Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay, 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 ay.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to...
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, it's Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. A good return there, 17 yards, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Watson now on second down. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. They'll run for it here. This is Prosh, the fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. What's the reward for the risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 19. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, 382, let's 50.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them. So
it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Now they'll run. Murray. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. Quan Bray now to return this football. And here comes the Texans now. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I get confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for me. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on second is Watson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number two. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. This is taken at the 18. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
List 50, here we go. List 50, here we go.
Second down, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Brandon Dunn forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Looking outside him, he's got a man. That's Morgan. The ball comes out, and the Texans say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, here's Watson, escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, CD, regular season inching closer. You know, looking at the ledger of the games, we'll just stick with the NFC right now, but it starts with a bang. Atlanta at Philly on the 6th.
How about the last 2 teams to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl head-to-head to start the season? The Falcons, they didn't win it. Philadelphia did. And then how about this for a second game? San Francisco at Minnesota. In normal years, it doesn't get as much attention, but how about now? Jimmy Garoppolo leading the 49ers to take on now Kirk Cousins' Minnesota Vikings.
Anything else there from the NFC Week 1 catching your eye?
Well, I think the Dallas Cowboys at Carolina, that definitely does, because the Cowboys are trying to get back to the playoffs. Dak Prescott, full season of Ezekiel Elliott, and, of course, number 1, the big man, Cam Newton, will welcome them to Charlotte. And to finish things off, the last game of the season openers, the Los Angeles Rams, last year's revelation, taking on John Gruden's Oakland Raiders. How about that?
Here we go. We got 4.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Vikings pick up the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
yellow. Go. Go. Let's go. Black. 82.
Throwing, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
Rhino.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And this is incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run it again with Miller. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Shane Leckler now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Richmond. Down. Blue 80.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. About 3 yards there to the 27.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
They'll try and run for him with Miller. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hey. Black 22. Black 22.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. To throw on 2nd down. Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They start the drive with Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here we go.
Cousins to throw it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He finds an opening past the 40. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Yellow.
To throw, Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 49 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Come back, come back. Two jets.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Black 22.
Watson off play action. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That one goes for 36 yards.
Two jet.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 42 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Now Watson to throw on second down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Watson on third and goal. His pass caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Lucky 50.
On third down, Murray. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They only need a yard here. Third down and 1 after the penalty. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Two. We're going. Let's go. Get that quarterback. Where's the hot?
On second down, Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Wide. 41's coming. 41's the mic.
Now Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Flush to his right. Flush down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Let's go.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
we go. Here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Gun.
Here's Cousins. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And it'll be a fun time of the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.